7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the call to order. Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
City Clerk, may we have the roll call for September 15, 2025 meeting? Thank you.
Yes, Mayor McClellan, Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead,
Present.
Councilmember Edgar,
Here.
Councilmember Radner, Councilmember Crawford.
Here.
We have quorum.
Thank you, City Clerk. At this time, we would request an approval of today's agenda.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Having heard a first and a second, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes. There is a consent agenda. This will be a voice vote. The following routine items are presented for approval without discussion as a single agenda item. Should any member wish to discuss or disapprove any item, it must be dropped from the blanket motion of approval and considered as a separate item. A, regular city council meeting minutes for September 2nd, 2025. B, Traffic Safety Board Commission meeting minutes for August 20th, 2025. C, Planning Commission meeting minutes for July 14th, 2025. D, request to approve payment application number 2 for the block pruning project to Lim Walker's Tree and Snow LLC, Michigan, in the amount of $11,250. E, approval of payment application number 1 for Albaugh Masonry, Stone, and Tile of Waterford, Michigan, for the Event Hub masonry work in the amount of $100,222,590.23. F, new and renewal license for September 15th, 2025. G, Beautification Advisory Commission resolution and recommendation for nominees for the 2025 Beautification Awards.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead,
Yes.
could you please pull B off of the consent agenda for further discussion?
Absolutely, Councilwoman Egger. City Clerk, we're going to pull item B off for more discussion. Other than that item, could we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. We'll do a voice vote for this one. Those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Having heard no nays, the consent agenda passes. Councilwoman Egger, could you please discuss point B?
So these are just minutes from our Traffic Safety Board meeting, and I just wanted to bring residents up to speed, no pun intended, with what we're doing. We do have a Facebook page. It's Oak Park Traffic Safety, and we encourage our residents, if there are issues with speeding or parking or anything traffic related, to please note that, because we do collect those comments. But right now, we are working on a two-way stop sign up here at Oak Park Boulevard and Church. I don't know if anybody's ever had an issue there, but I have, and other members of the commission have as well. And we are talking about doing another stop sign on southbound Church. A lot of our residents talk about speed bumps to calm traffic, and we understand that speeding is a problem with the freeway shutdown, especially. A lot of residents have complained about speeding cars. Right now, we may do some sort of pilot project with speed bumps, but they are not really on the horizon just yet. But we are talking about rumble strips, and that's about it. But I just wanted you to know what is happening, and if you want to get involved, please come to a meeting. We meet quarterly. And you are welcome to comment. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Egger. Can we have a motion for Traffic and Safety Board Commission meeting minutes for August 2020 and 2025, please?
So moved.
Second.
And then we'll do a voice vote as well on that one. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Having hearing no nays, motion is approved for the consent agenda. Recognition of visiting elected officials. Are there any elected officials here tonight? Okay, having seen none, we'll move on to item 7, which is special recognition and presentations. Item A is Constitution Week. We have a proclamation tonight. City of Oak Park Proclamation Constitution Week 2025. Whereas September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas the United States Constitution establishes the rule of law and the power as well as the limits of government, while enabling us to choose those who will govern. And whereas it also implies the responsibility of its citizens to understand it and to support it. And whereas it is the oldest written instrument of democratic rule in the world still in use, inspiring many to come here and contribute to the nation that created it. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this seminal document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now therefore be it resolved, Constitution Week, and as our residents to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution from 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained. Thank you. We will move now to City Manager Tungay for items B and C, please.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead. Okay, so I have 2 special recognitions for 2 of our employees, and we're going to start with John Stanson. John, welcome. I see you brought your family. Thank you for being here, family. So I'm going to read this special recognition, and I'm going to turn it over to Director Cooper. The Mayor, Council, and Administration of the City of Oak Park, Michigan, in testament and tribute to his distinguished public service and lasting contributions to the City of Oak Park and its residents, wish to express their sincere appreciation to John Stanson. You have served as a pillar of integrity in this organization and have helped to set the city's high standard of excellence. You have served as a source of guidance, support, and leadership for your colleagues, many of whom are here tonight. And it is those qualities that will leave a lasting imprint on the City of Oak Park. Your dedicated spirit, wealth of knowledge, and overall dedication to the City of Oak Park will be sorely missed. John, thank you for your service. Thank you, thank you. With that, Director Cooper.
Thank you, boss. Good evening, City Manager, Mayor Pro Tem, and City Council. Once again, I'd like to thank you for allowing me this time to acknowledge and honor Officer John Stanson regarding his retirement from the Public Safety Department. Like I said, just sitting back reflecting, for the past 2.5 years, it feels like I've been at this podium bidding one of Oak Park's finest a farewell pretty much at every council meeting. And just did a little quick math, and over the past 2.5 years, 22 of our officers have retired from the department. And this represents a turnover of approximately about 50%. But nevertheless, like I said, it's my privilege and honor to stand here next to Officer John Stanson and acknowledge him on this special day. Officer John Stanson officially retired from the City of Oak Park on Friday, September 26th, after 21 years of outstanding and honorable service as a public safety officer. Officer Stanson is a highly decorated officer who has received numerous awards and citations during his distinguished career. Throughout his career at Oak Park, he has held numerous positions. Officer Stanson started his career as a public safety officer and soon was chosen to serve as a field training officer, responsible for mentoring and guiding new officers. While serving as a field training officer, he was also selected as an evidence technician for the department. Officer Stanson has processed numerous crime scenes and collected hundreds of pieces of evidence, which led to the direct apprehension and conviction of many dangerous suspects, many whom are still currently serving lengthy prison sentences. Officer Stanson currently serves as one of only 2 expert arson investigators for the Department of Public Safety. Officer Stanson, up until the announcement of his retirement, has served 10 years as the secretary on the Oak Park Executive Board for the Oak Park Police Officers Association, also known as POAM. Contributions he's made to this agency, along with his dedication and hard work to the residents of this great city and to the Oak Park Department of Public Safety, are greatly appreciated and will long be remembered. In his final farewell, I'd like to wish him the best in retirement. And as you begin the next chapter in your life, John, wish you nothing but the best. Love you, and may God continue to bless you and keep you.
Did write a little speech. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. I need my glasses though, so. First off, I'd like to thank Director Cooper for the kind words. My law enforcement career with Oak Park is coming to an end after 21 years of service. Standing up here, you realize how quick that time does go by, and it did fly by. It seems like yesterday I was just hired here. I've appreciated the opportunity to serve as an officer in Oak Park, protecting the citizens and the businesses throughout those years. I'd like to thank my wife, my 2 sons, and my dad are sitting right here. They supported me throughout the years. For quite a few years of me having to work holidays and special occasions, but they understood my commitment to the job. I would like to thank my father for raising his sons with a strong work ethic that allowed me to prepare myself in working years in the private field and eventually being able to step into a police uniform. I've worked midnights for most of my career, and there were definitely quite a few days where I would arrive home exhausted, and my family would understand if I was a little crabby. Thank you guys for your understanding. I'd like to thank all my fellow officers and dispatchers that I've had the privilege of working with. Working with them so much, they became a second family. We're here just as much. We have seen the best of humanity, and unfortunately, sometimes the worst. The laughs and memories that we have shared over the years at roll call and during the shift will not be forgotten. The bond that we have as police officers is special and unique and cannot be understood unless you are part of it. So to my fellow officers, be safe and watch out for each other, because when you have that uniform and badge on, you only have each other to count on. As far as my future as a retiree, we'll see what it brings. I will be spending more time with my family, taking more vacations to someplace warm in the winter, not working 16-hour days, and maybe, as these guys know, after a lot of practice shooting cornhole, maybe they'll see me on ESPN. But once again, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
John, we're gonna, if you could join us for some photos, that would be great. We're gonna come down.
Okay. There's a cornhole tournament too, right, City Manager, next month? Negotiations were. Good job. You did a good job. to 7C, which is special retirement recognition for engineering technician 2, Jennifer Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'd like to actually call Director Maroney up to the podium as well. Jennifer, I'm going to go through and read this again because I think we need to. It is the same as for John, but Jennifer has worked here from 2001 to now. And Jennifer, I want to thank you so much for your service. The Mayor, Council, and Administration of the City of Oak Park, Michigan, in testament and tribute to her distinguished public service and lasting contributions to the City of Oak Park and its residents, wish to express their sincere appreciation to Jennifer Wilson. You have served as a pillar of integrity in this organization and have helped set the city's high standard of excellence. You have served as a source of guidance, support, and leadership for your colleagues, and it is those qualities that will leave a lasting imprint on the City of Oak Park. Your dedicated spirit, wealth of knowledge, and overall dedication to the City of Oak Park will be sorely missed. And yes, it will be. Jennifer, thank you so much for your service. And Kim, if you'd like to say a few comments as well before we bring her up for some photos.
So tonight we are here to celebrate the remarkable career of someone who has not only shaped the infrastructure of our city, but also the spirit of our workplace. Jennifer, Engineering Tech 2, who has served the city with unwavering dedication from October of 2001 to October of 2025. For 24 years, she has been the quiet force behind countless road and infrastructure projects, each one executed with precision, care, and an eye for detail that only she could bring. Her work didn't just pave the streets, it paved the way for smoother commutes, safer neighborhoods, and a stronger community. In 2019, Jennifer was also honored as Employee of the Year, and anyone who worked alongside her knows exactly why. Her commitment to excellence, her deep institutional knowledge, and her ability to see a project from the blueprint to completion made her an indispensable member of our municipal services team. Personally, I've had the privilege of working with Jennifer since I arrived in the city in 2014. From day one, she's been a collaborator and a friend. Her problem-solving mindset and her genuine care for the community have left an indelible mark, not just on our city, but on all of us lucky enough to have worked with her. Jennifer, your retirement is well earned, but your absence will be deeply felt. You've set a standard that will be hard to match and left behind a legacy that will continue to guide us. On behalf of the entire department staff and all city employees, we wish you nothing but joy, adventure, and well-deserved relaxation in this next chapter. May your days be filled with the same fulfillment and purposes that you bring to work.
I honestly did not think about preparing a speech, but who would have known 24 years ago when I was going to school and Rob Barrett had a class before me and had given someone a job application and they didn't need it and threw it in the trash. That kid had a class with me afterwards and knew that I needed a job and picked it up out of the trash. And here we are 24 years later. The only thing I wish I could say is I wish I could walk around the city and not look at a piece of sidewalk the same anymore. I will, however, not miss having to mark them, and the new city I'm moving to doesn't have any sidewalks. I thank you all for the opportunity to work here for the last 24 years. It's been life-changing for me. It has brought me a lot of security and a lot of benefit and a lot of knowledge. I now am, I was married twice. I have 4 beautiful children. I have almost 8 grandchildren, and now they will finally get to spend more time with me in the new house that we are moving into right now. I thank you all very much.
Dave, too.
Dave, where's Dave? Get over here, come on.
Okay, we're going to move into item 8, which is a public hearing. Public hearing to receive public comments regarding the request by Salute 11 LLC, doing business as Salute 11 at 14701 West 11 Mile for the issuance of a Class C liquor license. Public hearing open. Public hearing closed. Having heard no comments, I'll turn over item 8B to City Manager Eric Tungate.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Council members, I do want to point out, I have been in direct contact with the applicant for the property at 14701 West 11 Mile. There are some conditions, as we often do for these, in the packet. The most notable of those conditions, and the applicant has agreed to remedy, there's an outstanding water bill on the property at 14701 11 Mile. That has to be remedied prior to the council resolution being sent to the Liquor Control Commission. There are some other things I wanted to point out. The applicant is the owner of Oak Park Social, and there are some outstanding issues on that. We are not holding those other issues into account for this application and in the recommendation that I'm making to you. However, they do speak to, you know, the applicant, and hopefully the applicant will remedy those issues, okay? Lastly, there is also, and this is not uncommon, I've consulted with our Director of Municipal Services, Kim Maroney, it's not uncommon, there's a temporary C of O, temporary certificate of occupancy on the property that expires on October 15th. Obviously, that'll have to be moved to a permanent certificate of occupancy before we will submit. So those items outstanding, the most important being the outstanding water bill on the applicant's property in question. Conditional to that, I am recommending approval of the request.
Thank you, City Manager. We're going to move on to 9A, which is a, we need a vote there? Okay. So we'll do a roll call vote, please. We need a motion. Apologies. We need a motion. For a resolution approving issuance of Class C liquor license to Salute 11.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Having a first and a second, any discussion?
Mayor Pro Tem, I do have a question.
Yes.
So in order to get the liquor license, and this would be to Director Maroney, does the business have to open within a certain amount of time after the issuance of the license?
So the resolution before you today is for recommendation to the Michigan Liquor Control. They'll be the one that actually issues the license. However, we will, as the City of Oak Park, not issue a business license or the permanent C of O until we get the required documentation that has been requested and the Health Department approval. We gave a temporary C of O on August 15th so that he could proceed with getting the Health Department inspection process started, and that expires on October 15th. So we anticipate him having it done by then. That is, of course, on his end, and if not, then we would need to revisit the business license inspection and permanent C of O at that time.
So
City Manager Tungate.
So, Director Maroney, the other day, the applicant submitted a sign-off, if you will, for, I think there was one outstanding, maybe a freezer review or something, but is that sufficient for, well, they haven't issued the Health Department certificate yet, but do you believe that's sufficient and that will be forthcoming?
I believe that was the one outstanding item that the Health Department had on his license being issued. They will need to, of course, go out and do their final inspection. I can't really speak to what their protocol is, but I would assume.
Does the applicant, I think can we give him an opportunity to speak? If you want to come up.
We'll have the applicant come up to the podium, please. Thank you.
So in regards to the final item, it's a cooler that we were using to replace an item that actually failed. So we have a brand new cooler. We'll turn it on later tonight, and I just call them. They just have to make sure it's at temp, and then we're done with that process. And then in regard, someone else had another question. The temp C of O is because we just have to do an as-built drawing update, and I'm just waiting for my architect to send that. But everything structural is done. It's just literally paperwork, so.
City Manager Tungate?
Just because you're here and so just to clarify, the outstanding water bill on 14701.
We'll get that taken care of tonight.
Okay.
It's not a problem. We're so busy, we don't even see that stuff. Wish I had a better excuse. But yeah, those are very simple items. And there's no way we'd wait till the 15th for a new issuance of a temporary C of O.
Because he did ask if he wants to put anything else.
You want to present anything else in regards to the license?
No, thank you. That's the only thing. 2 thumbs up.
Okay, having had the discussion, can we go to a roll call vote, please, City Clerk?
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
And Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes. Motion passes. We'll move to 9A, which is special licenses. Request for a special event license submitted by Dog and Pony Show Brewing, 14661 West 11 Mile Road, Suite 200, for Angelfish Elementary PTA Cornhole Tournament to be held September 29th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We just need a vote, voice vote for this one. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Having hearing no nays, motion approves. We're moving to item 10 on the agenda, which is accounting reports. Approval for payment of invoices submitted by Garen Lukow Miller, PC, for legal services in the amount of $17,885.24. We'll do a roll call vote for this one. City Clerk Norris.
Could we have a motion, please?
I'm sorry. Can we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Having a first and a second, can we move to a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll move to item 10B, which is approval for payment of an invoice submitted by Disick Faber Kaplan for legal services in the amount of $6,500. May we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Having a first and a second, discussion, City Manager?
Mayor Pro Tem, members of council, I do want to point out that you've not normally seen the prosecuting attorney's bill. They work directly for city council. This is not something under my purview. So from this point forward, I am going to include it in the council packet so that you'll be seeing this going forward. This is just the monthly charge that complies with the contract that city council has authorized with them already.
Thank you, City Manager, for the clarification. Any other discussion?
Just, is there still an outstanding amount owed to Disick Kaplan?
This is just the fee for the month of August. So they're billing us. They're not front end billing us. They're after the work is performed. They're billing us.
Okay, thank
So-
you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Then you're asking me because of the current invoice on the bottom. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it looks like they have submitted that as well. I think we're just talking the 6,500 here. We're
That's
not.
what
So I think they're just saying
The
they're
other
going
was
to be
already-
billing us, but I don't think that's the 6,500 is the amount paid. And again, that's just their monthly August expense.
The agenda has 6,500, so I think the motion's for 6,500.
Yes.
I was just curious about that outstanding balance.
Any other discussion? Okay, having hearing none. Roll call vote, please, City Clerk.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. We'll move to item 11, which is ordinances. Second reading and adoption of an ordinance to amend Chapter 2 Administration, Article 3, Boards and Commissions by adding a new division to Juneteenth Commission. And Councilwoman Crawford worked really hard on this in the city clerk's office and our lawyer team as well, so thank you. Could we have a motion, or this is just a reading, so we need a motion for that? Yes, so we'll do a motion in regards to that if anybody wants to first or second it.
So moved?
Second.
Thank you. Having heard a first and a second, any discussion?
Could you talk a little bit, Councilwoman Crawford, about your talks with the city over this?
Well, typically, or originally, Juneteenth had began as a subcommittee, and a subcommittee of one of our commissions, but being that it grew so large and it grew so popular, and we decided that it deserved its own commission. So, working with city manager and city clerk, we have decided to actually put in a reading and adopt it as its own commission. It would strictly be for the planning and execution of the Juneteenth celebration, lot to it, fundraising, planning. So I think it is something that has been a long time coming, and I'm glad that we finally got it. Oak Park has been known for our Juneteenth celebration. It has become phenomenal. It's become the scholarships we give away, the entertainment, the education we provide to the community is phenomenal. So I think it's only fitting that we go ahead and create the Juneteenth as its own commission.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Any other discussion? Okay, we'll do a roll call vote for this one.
Councilmember Crawford,
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes. Okay, motion passes. We're moving on to item 12, City Manager Eric Tungate for A and B and C, please.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. 12A1, I would like to ask our Director of Finance, Sandra Crawford, to join me at the podium, please.
Whitehead, City Council members, City Manager Tungate. Item 12A1 is a request for a resolution authorizing the city assessor to prepare special assessment rolls assessing unpaid charges together with a 10% penalty on private property for delinquent utilities totaling $355,687.16, false alarms totaling $2,200, miscellaneous concrete replacement totaling $4,120.33, and property blight totaling $32,597.43, and sidewalk replacements totaling $317,450.91. The Deputy Treasurer is submitting a list of properties that have outstanding charges for delinquent utilities, false alarms, miscellaneous concrete replacement, property blight, sidewalk replacements, and is requesting that the city assessor be authorized and directed to prepare special assessment rolls assessing unpaid charges together with a penalty of 10% to the real property tax roll. The recommended action is to adopt the attached resolution authorizing and directing the city assessor to prepare a special assessment roll.
Thank you, Director Crawford. And could we move to item A2? We need a motion. So could we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Having heard a first and a second, is there any discussion? Okay, and at this point, we could vote on the motion, please.
Councilmember Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead,
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Thank you. And we'll move on now to item 12A2, please.
Yes, thank you. Resolution attached is asking that we receive the special assessment rolls and establish October 9th, 2025 as the date for the public hearing on the rolls for unpaid charges for city expenses incurred on the private premises for delinquent utilities, special assessment number 725, false alarm, special assessment number 726, miscellaneous concrete replacement, special assessment number 727, property blight, special assessment number 728, and sidewalk replacement, special assessment 729. At the same council meeting, City Council received the list of the unpaid charges for expenses incurred on private premises prepared by the Deputy Treasurer and concurred by myself, the Finance Director, and has directed that the special assessment rolls be prepared. The recommended action is to adopt Special Assessment Resolution Number 8, which is attached, receiving the special assessment rolls 725, 726, 727, 728, and 729, and establishing October 9th, 2025 as the date for the public hearing on the rolls of unpaid charges for expenses incurred on private premises.
Thank you. For item 12A2, could we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? I have just a point of discussion. I just want to thank Director Crawford. She does such a great job with these. It's a tough job. She makes sure every line item is right. She's done so for years. She's been here at the city for, I think, over 2 or 3
25
decades.
years.
Yeah, so just 25 years. So just super grateful for her. I think in the 5 years I've been here, I've only seen her, I think there was an audit where they gave us a mark like one time, I think, out of 5 years, and that was for some new law that was COVID. And other than that, everything else is 99.9% amazing. And I've never seen anything wrong with what she's done, and she does a great job for the city. And this is a tough job assessing these. They have to go through when someone submits a request and go line by line and go through that. And she leads that, and she leads the finance department. It's very tough to lead a finance department for a city, I would imagine, and she does a great job with it. And I just hope she never goes anywhere and stays here forever. So thank you.
Bless you, bless you, thank you.
It's our job easier. Thank you. So that's the discussion. And then do we have any other further discussion?
I just wanted to say, you've been here for 25 years?
Yes, I
You
have.
can't leave.
Oh, thank you, bless you.
You're probably halfway out the door, right?
28, I can max out in my retirement, which is 70%, so another 3 years at least.
Another 30, I heard.
Okay, if you say
Okay.
so.
So with that, we'll do a vote, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank
Thank you again, Director Crawford. She's also an Oak Parker as well. You see her a lot at Juneteenth and 4th of July. Yep.
Thank you, Sandra.
Item 12B, Department of Public Works, please.
Okay, Deputy City Manager of Municipal Services and DPW, Dave DeCoster, if you could take this one for me, please.
Sure. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, City Manager Tungate. Before you tonight is a request to approve payment application number 8 and change order number 4 for the 8-mile booster station rehabilitation project to CSM Mechanical of Milford, Michigan in the amounts of $16,020 and negative $6,480. Also included, the change order is a balancing change order, as this is the last pay estimate for this project. This contract included the removal of old pumps, installation of a new pump, as well as new VFDs. This has provided a more reliable and efficient pumping operation, as well as better redundancy for our water department. This project is now 100% complete. It is recommended that pay application number 8, the final pay estimate, and change order number 4 for the 8-mile booster station rehabilitation project to CSM Mechanical of Milford, Michigan be approved. Funding is available in the Water and Sewer Department.
Thank you. Could we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Okay, we can move into a vote, please.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes.
Okay, Dave, 12B2, please.
Thank you. Before you tonight is pay application number 3 and change order number 1 for the Event Hub project. The construction manager, architect, and city administration have all approved this payment. The change order is for construction and field changes associated with this project. Our construction manager, Frank Rewald, will disperse these funds to the various contractors on our behalf. This is for a period ending August 31st. As you know, the masonry and structural steel contractors are continuing to work out on the site. The hub is approximately 15% complete. It is recommended that pay application number 3 and change order number 1 for the Event Hub project in the amounts of $630,516.86 and $41,008.33 be approved. Funding is available in the Event Hub Fund.
Just one question. We're happy with the work they're doing, with the 15% so far?
Yes, everything is on track. Everything is currently on schedule.
Awesome. Any other questions? Okay, could we have a motion for approval of payment application number 3 and change order number 1 for Event Hub in the amount of $630,516.86 and $41,008.33 respectfully?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Council members, if I could, I'm going to have Dave come back up when I give the Elevate Oak Park update and talk a little bit about the progress we're making out there.
Perfect. Could we have a vote, City Clerk, please?
You bet. Councilmember Edgar,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead,
Yes.
and Councilmember Crawford.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Great work, Director Dave. I believe we are now on 12C, which is Human Resources.
Yes, we don't often get to see human resources here at these meetings, council members, but we do have our esteemed colleague, Carla Allen, our Human Resources Director, is here to talk about 13C1. And before she does that, I do want to just give you a lay of the land here. So a while back, as you know, let me start here. As you know, we have all of our union contracts go out to June 30, 2026. Correct. And a while back, we sat down and talked about the possibility of extending those contracts. And obviously, the first thing that we look at when we look to extend contracts is to, obviously maximize the value we're going to get from the city. Of course, we want to retain our great employees and do more with less, as we have been for many years. And so we were able to negotiate, after several rounds of negotiation with all 4 of our collective bargaining units, 2-year extensions. These 2-year extensions would take the contracts out to June 30 of 2028. The extensions, in order to extend these, we had to negotiate an incentive to do so. And what we've landed on is that we would agree to a 3% raise effective October 1st, 2025. So we're already, 3 months into this fiscal year. A 2.5% raise on July 1st of 2026. And then finally a 2.5% raise on July 1st of 2027. And I want to point out, and then I want to turn it over to Carla, hoping I'm not stealing any of your thunder here. But I want to point out that inflation for the city of Oak Park has been not market inflation. Inflation for our, as determined by the state treasurer for Oak Park, have been hovering right around 5%. And I expect it to be somewhere between 3 and 5% for us. So we have budgeted for these changes. And I feel that, especially when you compare our community and our staff pay rates and increases to the communities around us, as Carla will point out in just a moment, we are more than well in line with communities around us. I think maybe you can speak to a little bit more, but Berkeley, for example, a little bit of an apples to oranges comparison, because Berkeley is about half the size of our community. But Berkeley, if you want to talk about Berkeley.
Yes, good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, City Manager. As City Manager Tungate just mentioned, we've done some comparisons, and pretty much the communities surrounding us are doing a little bit more than what we're doing, actually, which has led us to the numbers that we arrived at tonight. And the union seemed to be okay with that, because obviously we don't have the purse strings that the other communities have, but we have been able to maintain, and we want to be able to sustain what we've agreed to. So we want to make sure that we're conservative with our numbers while also keeping in mind the needs of our employees, so.
Yeah. And I think too, you know, this keeps us, because our percentages that we're recommending are, you know, a little bit less than the communities around us. That takes, for us, that takes into consideration that we did do those one-time adjustments a few years back, as you remember, with both the TPOAM union and the patrol officers. In fact, a couple years ago, we were the second highest paid department in the county. But remember, our officers do, you know, 3 jobs.
Correct.
And so just 2 years later now, we are already out of whack with that ratio. So other communities around us are paying more, and then thereby attracting our officers away. And of course, this is a time when, as everybody knows, I'm trying to hire as many officers as I can get. And Director Cooper mentioned it a minute ago, but Officer Stanson leaving is just one more example of the old guard leaving and new employees coming in. And when the new employees, and we're out there recruiting them, and Director Cooper's doing a wonderful job recruiting them, but we're in a heavy competition due in large part to these pay rates. And so we have to remain competitive if we want to maintain safety in our community, and not just in the public safety department, but also in public works and other areas of our city. So I feel that these do that. And get us where we need to go. And again, the good news, strictly from an administrative standpoint, is that we don't have to look at these contracts again now until June 30 of 2028. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions you may have, council member.
So this is a straight up raise. It's not a cost of living increase. That our officers also get that, don't they? At the end of the year? No.
They get step increases, but in certain cases, but they do not get a straight across the board COLA increase. No.
Correct.
And again, the percentages we're talking about here are less than inflation, or right in line with market inflation, but certainly less than CIP that's passed on to us by the state treasurer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a large amount to give. I think we should. What is the rate of inflation now? Because it certainly feels high.
Yeah, market inflation is 2.7% as of a few weeks ago, so.
Okay, thank you.
Great work, Director Allen. We're going to do C1 of item 12, which is a request to approve collective bargaining agreement, 2-year extensions. We'll do all 4 at the same time. We just need a motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay.
Can I just say one
Yes.
thing? I just want to say, prior to your vote, I do want to just emphasize, I've worked in many government entities, but the collective bargaining units that we have here in Oak Park, like everything here in Oak Park, is extraordinarily special. You know, these are not hard people to work with. These are team players, and most of whom are great community members and do a great job here for the city. So I want to point that out, because it is so rare to have such a special circumstance like we do. We're just really, really lucky to have that. So I wanted to make sure you knew that.
Thank you, City Manager. Any other discussion? City Clerk, please.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Whitehead.
Yes.
Councilmember Crawford.
Yes.
Councilmember Edgar.
Yes.
Motion passes. That was our last motion for tonight. Now we're going to move into item 12D, which is Elevate Oak Park.
Okay, thank you, council members. I'm going to try to be brief here. I do want Deputy City Manager DeCoster to join me at the podium, though. I do want to just give a couple of updates for council members and members of our community. As you know, we had our last dip party, our farewell to our outdoor pool. Unfortunately, it was chilly that day. I know we had about
30 residents attend that event because of the cooler temperatures. But the reality is, as we close that chapter, we're really looking forward and looking ahead to the exciting opening of our new indoor pool. And the best thing is there will be uninterrupted access to that pool year-round because it's indoors. On the flip side, of course, anything like that is going to take us some time to build and construct. Dave, could you speak to the process that the stage of the process that we're in for the community center?
Sure. Actually, ironically, today's a pretty big day for that project. Today, we sent out an RFP for construction manager services on that project. We all know we've been talking about the schedule. It's a long schedule, but it's because we put a lot of thought into it. So the construction manager, we're planning to bring on board in early November. That will follow up directly with the RFP for professional architect and engineering services. That will be about a 2-month process. Starting into early 2006, we will jump right into design. So some people have said we're moving a little bit slowly. We haven't started the design yet. We need to get these contracts in place before we can do so. So we are anticipating a 1-year design. That should start early 2026. Our goal by early 2027 is to have the construction documents in place, ready for bid, and out in the streets for bidding. So we are actively pursuing and on schedule for a 2027 construction project. I don't have any hard dates for you yet. Obviously, there's a lot that comes and goes, but today was a big day, and we got the RFP for construction manager services out today. We're excited. We have a meeting next week. Those proposals are due October 1st. So the city manager has assembled an administrative team. We will be looking at those, reviewing those, and making a recommendation for council. I believe it's November 3rd. So that's the status of the community center project.
That's fantastic, Dave. Thank you. And I do want to just point out, before I still stay right there, I do want you to talk about the event hub. But I do want to point out just a couple of things. I'm not going to go back through all of the various steps that were taken to arrive at the millage. Council members and members of the community obviously know that. The new community center, our voters spoke in the fall of 2023 and made it very clear to us that their priorities were an indoor walking track and an indoor pool, among other things. So our focus is obviously going to center around those things. Now, as far as the event hub, because remember, we also have that project going on simultaneously. What is the latest with that?
Yeah, so I think we made a big splash. I think at the last council meeting, we talked about the steel that was going up. You probably haven't seen a lot of action since then. There's a lot of stuff going on. They did erect the steel. Right now, they're currently in the portion of that project where they're welding the steel. So they're firming up, making sure everything's square, making sure everything's on point, and they're welding and connecting the bolts and things like that. So making it structurally sound. The mason contractor pulled off. They're waiting on a little bit more of the 12-inch block. That should be back, I believe, next week. The electrical contractor will be back on site next week, so you're going to start seeing some more action again. We're just waiting on some materials. Sometimes when the cranes are out there and things, a lot of other contractors aren't on site just for safety reasons. But the steel is completing. Once the steel at the event hub is done, they will move right into the steel at the band shell.
Okay, and when do we expect steel to go up on the band shell? And when we can see, I mean, the goal obviously is to enclose the farmer's market commercial kitchen space so that we can work indoors during the winter months. But as far as steel going up on the band shell?
I believe we're talking by early to mid-October.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but
Okay.
I believe it was early to mid-October is when they plan to move over to the band shell. But the city manager is correct. Our goal, and we are on schedule for that goal, is to enclose that building by winter, have it heat with natural gas heating so we don't have to bring in propane and things like that, keep the cost down. That allows them to pour the concrete on the inside, finish a drywall, do all the finishes on the inside under climate-controlled environment.
Okay, and then just shifting gears once again, because we have more projects going on, the Shepherd Park project, and I don't know if, Adam, if you want to come up as well, but as far as the Shepherd Park project, you may have noticed, obviously, they're moving at a fever pitch over there, so.
Yeah, it's been exciting. The new warming kitchen for the event hub, or for the Shepherd Park project is continuing. They are putting the roof on, I believe, last week. They finished up most of the utilities. They are going to be starting the new restrooms here soon. There was a bulletin for that, so a little bit delayed. But right now, the biggest thing they're working on is just the lead times for the plethora of play equipment. A lot of that play equipment is in November. If you know anything about play equipment and the safety aspects of it, it won't all be done quite this winter, just because of weather. But they are progressing, I would say, on schedule. Some of the construction is still ongoing over there. If you drive by, you're going to see some significant changes.
Okay, and then the two last things, council members. I just want to make sure everybody is updated on all the things going on, and I don't want to skip through them. But the Tyler Park project, we do have the agreement signed, ready to go.
Correct.
What's left for the community to know?
So we're just waiting to kind of finalize that agreement with the architect. One is for the most part squared away. The builder, McCarthy Smith, we're just looking to get that contract settled up. And we're still on schedule for spring 2026 start of that. Again, as a reminder to the community, this is kind of a two-phase project, with the first one having, the restroom, the walking path, as that was a big thing identified in the study we did, Parks and Rec study we did a couple years ago. So again, we're kind of in a holding pattern, just administratively, making sure all the permits are done and kind of back-end stuff. So once spring arrives, we can kind of hit the ground running with construction starting. So
Okay, thank you to both of you. I do want to ask Director Maroney to join me at the podium, because I also think, and I'm not going to have you talk about 696, because I know that's a sore spot for everyone, including myself. But I do want you to give a quick update on the 11-mile parking lots, because there's a lot of progress that's been made over there, so.
Yeah, so right now we're focused on the western lot, and they just finished paving the alleyway, which has cured now, so they are moving on to the actual parking area. Once that's completed, then they'll jump over onto the east lot and then do the same alleyway first, and then the parking area second. So it's progressing along, not as quickly as we hope, but that's
And
typical.
our completion date is when, again?
I'm thinking it's going to be probably early mid-December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short-term pain for long-term gain, but.
Yeah, we'll have to do plantings in the springtime. The mural we postponed until the spring because we didn't want the artists to be working around the construction project and get dirt into the paint and what have you. So that's postponed till spring too.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Council members, that completes the Elevate Oak Park update. If you'd have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Actually, I do. One more. I had asked you about this earlier because some of the business owners along 11 Mile have been griping about all the cones that are blocking part of 11 Mile. And it's stopping people from stopping and going into their businesses. When is that going to be taken down? I know there's...
State barricade is coming tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Thank you. It looks great, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you. That completes the city manager report for this evening. Thank you, council members.
Thank you, city manager and staff. Great job. Lots happening in Oak Park. At this time, we will do our call to the audience. Each speaker's remarks are a matter of public record. The speaker alone is responsible for his or her comments, and the city of Oak Park does not, by permitting such remarks, support, endorse, or accept the content thereof as being true or accurate. Any person, while being heard at a city council meeting, may be called to order by the chair or any council member for failure to be germane to the business of the city, vulgarity, or personal attacks on persons or institutions. There is a 3-minute time limit per speaker. City Clerk Norris, do we have any cards tonight?
We do. Sharon Thomas would like to speak.
Good evening. I'm Sharon Thomas. My address is 15151 Pearson. I had two concerns initially, but I spoke with, Director Cooper about the first one, and he gave me some resources and information, so I won't bring that up. It was brought up earlier about the speed bumps and the speeding and racing through the neighborhood, and that was perfect timing because I wanted to ask if the city would consider putting a guardrail in front of my house. I live literally in the intersection of Pearson and Harding. honestly, I've been here 38 years, and this has only happened 3 times. But recently, there was a really bad accident at 2:30 in the morning. It was a single-car accident. The person hit the tree, almost landed in my bedroom, ended up landing in front of the house next door, which is actually where he lives. And I would say the last month, every night, there's a lot of racing and speeding. Pearson, Stratford, Harding, Avon. So now I'm really nervous. So I wanted to put that forth in front of you if you would consider putting up a guardrail. My family has mentioned to me that they never understood why I never asked for one before. But it was never a concern, I guess because I'm older now and I'm more nervous about some things, and that was pretty bad. Honestly, I didn't call the police that night because it was a single car accident, and I did monitor them the whole 2 hours they were out there trying to figure out what they wanted to do. So that's my request.
City Manager.
Do I
Ms.
need
Thomas, I just
to-
have a follow-up question for you. Are you on Harding or on Pearson?
I'm on Pearson.
You're on Pearson.
Yep.
Are you, so right where Harding comes into Pearson?
Yep, you have
Okay.
to either go left or right or come right into my bedroom.
And the person went straight?
The tree is in front of my house, and I did have the engineer come out and check the tree because there was a big gash in it, and it looked like it was leaning to me, but he said it honestly looked pretty safe. The gash is there, so.
Okay, I'm going to direct you towards Director Maroney, who's right behind you, who's the last person to speak.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Next, Ken Sherman.
Good evening, Ken Sherman on Jerome and Oak Park. I knew that the liquor license agenda item was on the agenda when I came in, and I asked Director Cooper when I first came in if he could clarify if it was a new license or a license for an existing business, and he himself was uncertain. He couldn't answer me one way or the other. And so when I listened to the information, I still was confused when you first started. You didn't clarify for the audience what this license was for, whether it was for an existing business or a new business. And then, you know, when it was kind of muddled, even when the gentleman spoke, I still didn't know if he was getting a liquor license for his business that already was or a new business. And then you closed the hearing to the public. So I couldn't have an opportunity to even talk because I didn't know what I was going to be talking about because I still was uncertain. I'm still unclear as to, is this a new license or a license for, you know, a business that is there. So I think maybe you need to look at your process to make it a little more informative. So, you know, when you do have the public hearing call to the audience, we have a basis to informally and intellectually speak about, you know, what this is about. Can you clarify what this liquor license is for, and if it's for an existing business versus a new business? I'm concerned that if this gentleman has issues, why would we consider granting him a liquor license when you have other people down the road that want, you know, a liquor license?
City Manager.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for any confusion. So, let me just clarify. So it is for a new business. This individual, as you heard, has a existing liquor license at another location. This would be a second liquor license, and yes, it is for a new business.
And so why would we grant him a liquor license for a new business if he already has issues with an existing business? What does that say about him as a business owner and as a city willing to grant him another license? I mean, that's, to me, not a good reflection on the city. I mean, that's my opinion, but, you know, thank you.
City Manager, can he talk to you later about the conditions that were put in place?
That's exactly what I was going to say, Mayor Pro Tem. That's exactly why council approved it with conditions. So unless those conditions are met, it doesn't get approved.
Okay, and I hope you take my suggestions to clarify the process to heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. We always appreciate you. Any other comments, City Clerk? Anybody want to come up with it that didn't have a card? Got our Grand Marshal in the, or one of our Grand Marshals in the crowd. You got nothing? You were busy this weekend, I saw, I think, on social media with the rec department. For everybody, I'm talking about Leslie. She's a staple in the community. She laughs when I call her out. All right. Call to council. We will start with Councilwoman Crawford, please.
Good evening. A couple things that are coming up. I just want to remind everyone of the farmers market. Still every Thursday from 9 to 2. October 9th is our last farmers market, so make sure you get out there. They have fresh, local, and seasonal produce, and it is just a great way to connect with the community. They have resources, local businesses. Also on Sunday, September 21st from 10 to 2, there is a native plant sale, Oak Park Community Center. Please come out and support that native plant sale. And also, I just want to say before I leave, in our climate today, everyone just remember to I always like to say be safe, but be kind to one another, okay? And have a good evening, Oak Park.
Councilwoman Edgar, please.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Wanted to remind everybody that our film festival is coming up on September 27th. This year it will be in the community center since the parking lot off 11 Mile is under construction, and it should be good. Not quite as extensive as in previous years because of space, but we always have some decent entries, so please come out. It's actually kind of fun. Again, that's from 4 to 9 on the 27th, and it'll be in the community center. I wanted to just say that I'm thrilled that we are going out for bid for a construction manager for the community center. We've been thinking about this for a long time. The ball is rolling, and I'm very excited about it. I know there are people who are pretty upset about the pool closure, the outdoor pool closure, but we will have an indoor pool that will function year-round. It's going to be a wonderful center. It's going to serve everybody in this community. So I'm very excited about that. And just want to mention that I did go to the last splash with the dogs, and it was really fun. These dogs, once they get together, they just have so much fun, and they have so much to say to each other. So anyway, thank you for coming. Good night.
Thank you, Councilwoman Edgar, Councilwoman Crawford. Just want to say we got a lot happening in Oak Park. Just that last portion of our agenda was robust with the Tyler Park, the Shepherd Park, the event hub, just so much stuff to be excited about. The Recreation Center, just a great time to be in Oak Park, and that's thanks to our administration and a great team that we have here. So hopefully everybody has a great fall. Make sure stay safe, wash hands, and all of that, because the bugs are out here. I got two 2-year-olds, and they get me every single week, it seems like. So, but take care. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.